My first take didn't even record. And as we know as tarot readers, when that happens, that means the message has to get out. I'm going to try my best. So I was out today and I've been looking into diversifying my divination, expanding how I use my intuition. Could you believe I came home with a Bible? Now, no, I'm not Christian, but I do believe two things could be true at once. So I'm gonna leave it at that. The TV show The Chosen is significant for somebody here. I did channel that the first time around, that the show could be significant for someone to watch. I haven't seen such an authentic depiction of these stories since the Passion of the Christ. If you know, Passion of the Christ is like 10 hours. So if you're looking for something that's shorthand to help you to gain an understanding, the Trojans, yeah, because now I'm thinking about the Romans, the Roman Empire. It's a better way to digest the story as opposed to watching Passion of the Christ. Nothing wrong with Passion of the Christ, but it's really long, right? So I'm going to read a portion of it for you. So we're going to get a little Bible study today. But it's significant for this message. I promise you it is. As soon as I got it, I was like, oh my gosh, I have to share this. And now that I lost the first time around, I know that I have to share this. So I'm going to put it on the screen. Feel free to read along. I'm not going to read it the way the Bible language speaks. I'm just not. Okay? But I'm going to read it in my own way. And so here we go. And Nathanael said unto him, can there be anything good that comes out of Nazareth? Philip said to him, come and see. Jesus saw Nathanael coming to him and said, behold, an Israelite indeed, in whom is no guile. Nathanael said unto him, what do you know about me? Jesus answered and said, before I called you, Philip, when you were under that fig tree, I saw you. Nathanael answered and said, Rabbi, you are the Son of God. You are the King of Israel. Jesus answered and said, because I saw you under the fig tree, you believe in me? You should see greater things than this. And he said to him, verily, verily, I say to you, hereafter you should see the heaven gates open, and the angels of God ascending and descending upon the Son of Man. After I read that part, I realized at the top of the page, it says, Jesus turns water to wine. Now, that conversation between Nathanael and Jesus, I'm interpreting it. I'm not necessarily looking to paraphrase. I'm pulling a message out of this. He's looking at Nathanael like, because you saw what I can do, you believe in me? He's looking at Jesus like, bro, yeah, like you're that guy. I feel like I'm channeling for a diviner, a light worker, someone who is here to change lives. In a way, Jesus was like, so because I acknowledged you, because I took notice of you under that fig tree, you believe in me. And so there's a mismatch in the way you're perceiving your gifts and the way that your gifts are received. Someone here, it's like you're not internalizing the true significance of your value. You're not internalizing the true significance of how you've influenced others around you. With that, Spirit told me, you're under measuring your potency. I said, that's a word if I ever heard one. You're under measuring your potency. And so that made me think of a lab and like glass. I saw tinctures. Okay, so someone could be an alchemist. You could be playing with lab equipment, play around with microscopes. But there's something significant to where Spirit is saying, you don't have to perform in order to be profound, in order to have an effect, an impact. Spirit is reminding you the gifts that you have received are very potent, right? At the top of the page, I said, Jesus turns water to wine. So Spirit is reminding this collective, you don't have to constantly do the miracle. You don't have to constantly turn water to wine in order to be profound. You could resonate with Jesus. Someone here could look like Jesus. I'm hearing Archangel Michael. Okay, someone could be a brunette. Your touch is like your touch is an elixir. You're a healer. Your aura speaks for itself. You know that when you come around, people naturally just feel better. You ever felt that? Because there was like this humble energy from Jesus. Like, you should see what I can really do. Now, from the part where we talked about the angels of God ascending and descending upon the Son of Man, what came through with that is you will save many. You have saved many, but there are many that you will not save. And none of that, it's not a report card. When you can't help somebody, when there's an inability, okay, because I'm really picking up on a reader, I'm really picking up on a Reiki healer. If you are unable to help someone, it can't be helped. In some cases, it can't. When you're coming from a godly space, a pure source of energy, you're always going to feel the expansion of the universe, the unlimited supply of unconditional love and healing. You that's where you come from. That's the space you come out of. So it's hard for sometimes the brain to compute when a certain project, because not everyone is your project. Somebody needed that. Not everyone is your project. You have the type of love, you have the type of attention. Your attention is, your attention is expensive. You have the type of energy that helps people to grow like plants. Like, you help people to believe again, right? Never undermine that ability to help people believe again. That's serious. That's helping others to step into new timelines. That's helping others to step into their greatness. That's helping others to leave behind codependency. That's helping others to leave behind toxic connections. That's nothing to sleep on. So yes, your significance is very immensely needed in this world. This is a word, I told you. I tried to prep you with this. Like, you knew it was coming. All right? But there's nothing to prove. You are it. Yes, God flows through you. And some of you may have performed miracles before, but you're not just here to be a spiritual ATM when people need you. There was a process of watching people descend around you, people you couldn't help, people you couldn't save, because Spirit is saying there are people that are addicted to hurting. They're addicted to the pain. Even when they're looking at a walking miracle, a walking tower moment, someone who's going to tell them the truth, someone who's going to provide them with insight, some will choose the latter. I was then drawn to 6, right? Chapter 1, verse 6. There was a man sent from God whose name was John. So that kind of brought me to the reminder that divinity is in all things that claim it, right? John, Jesus, both of them were sent from God. You chose to claim it. You know, I'm hearing that song by J. Cole. You mastered the art of sublime. Your type is harder to find. You could turn water to wine. You could turn water to wine. And then the other part coming through, they was just talking so slick. I'm not the Philip. They was just talking too slick. I'm not the Philip. Right? It's like, this hasn't been easy. Because you chose your divinity, because you chose that potency that was radiating from within you, that will attract an irritance from many people. And you was like, I'm going to continue where this journey takes me. This is where Spirit is helping you to see your value. God is taking you to a place where it cannot be disputed. Your value can't be disputed. It's going to be too loud. Your value is going to be loud. Oh, I feel that. That's the theme today. I told you we was getting into some Bible study today. Cross. I'm not the nigga for lip. Anyone that has crossed you, they're going to realize that they were wrong. And in reality, they weren't going against you. They were going against the light within you. People addicted to pain, people that refuse to heal, people that are stuck in tradition, religion, people who use God as a shield. Using God as a shield. Two things could be true at once. The people that I'm referring to that had a lack of faith, they're using God in a sense to cover up their nuances, to justify their means. You're using it as truth. Yeah. It's like you're coming into a space where you don't even have to respond to this energy, because you're not the one for lip. You're not the one to be messed with here. We have lilies. Lilies are a sign of new growth. I feel like there's an accumulation here where you've had so many different experiences, the ups and the downs, being able to serve, being able to help people, having to walk away from people you can't help. And there was a process of refinement, the refinement of your gifts, the refinement of you. Why? Because you're pure of heart. God, Spirit is putting you in a place where your gifts cannot be ignored because you're pure of heart. Too busy thinking what if I shoot my shot and it brick. So I just talked about an intensity, an accumulation. There's a buildup and you can feel it. I like to think, as far as Jesus, the day, that's what we're talking about. He knew that day was coming. He felt it. In fact, that's why I brought up The Chosen. You could see it in that TV show too. He knew what was about to happen. I think it was the rabbis. There were so many rabbis that couldn't handle his truth. There were so many people that couldn't handle his truth. And I feel like this collective, you can resonate with that. There are people that cannot handle your truth. So there's this angst. I know I can do this. I know that this is what I was put here to do. And you're watching it grow and develop into something magnificent. And you're like, is it a feeling of, is it safe to grow this big? Is it safe to be this seen? Is it safe? Why would God bring you this far to only bring you this far? Of course it's safe. So shoot your shot. Because I with that energy from J. Cole, it's like you're going to be crossing a threshold. I see like, okay, bubbles. Maybe someone was blowing bubbles. It's like you're going to be popping this threshold. And this is where, when you pass this threshold, this is where all the conflicts surrounding your truth, surrounding your gifts, your authenticity, all of those projections just fall away. Because there's this vibe where you've left these people to deal with themselves. You stopped going back and forth with them. You stopped allowing them to play in your energy. And you said, I deserve better than this. I'm pure of heart. And so again, earlier we talked about, are you seeing yourself in all your potency? Are you seeing your true significance? And I think that's what this is also about. Not just the growth and expansion of you and what you do and what you provide, but the trust and the acceptance of, yeah, you are that guy. Yeah, you are that girl. You're the game-winning shot. You're the game-winning shot. And so exhaustion came out in reverse. Spirit has been wanting to make things easier for you. Yes, your gifts are meant to bring you into a soft life. Your gifts are meant to get you that farm. There's somebody here that wants a farm. Your gifts are meant to retire you. Your gifts are meant to change lives. Why would wealth and stability be excluded from that? Yeah, you could resonate with my last reading about the hero's journey. You're on your hero's journey. And like I said, your aura speaks for itself. There's nothing you have to do. There's nothing you're not a performer. You know, when we talk about talents and gifts and divination and mysticism, we can get wrapped in the sauce of like comparison or what we have to do in order to maintain. And it's like there's a surrender happening with you where you're realizing it was within you all along. that sustenance that you were looking for to maintain was within you all along. You're gonna make that shot. And you're not only that, you're gonna live to tell the tale. Jesus is very significant because now I'm thinking about a Christmas tree. It's like you don't buy the Christmas tree just to have it sit there. Like, you bought the tree, so you're gonna put ornaments on it. You're gonna put some string lights. And if you really love the holiday, you're gonna put a star on top, or an angel, or whatever you resonate with, right? It's like, why get the tree and not decorate it? Spirit wants somebody to look into blueprints, and this looks like a house. Okay, some of you could already be in the process of building your home or going over the floor plan. I'm seeing something massive. I keep getting a major message within this message about a home, a plot of land, ownership, blueprints, floor plans, construction. The main message here, Spirit wants to impart to you, is all you have to do is show up. As far as turning water into wine, that's, this is a deep message. Oh my gosh. Okay. The more that you show up, the more that your team can provide for you. Yeah. The more that you show up in your purpose, because your purpose is meant, there's something significant about finances. Your purpose is meant to pay you. Your gifts are meant to pay you. The more you show up in purpose, the more your team can provide for you. The more water you bring, the more water they can turn into wine. And there's a surrender that you know, I have to work hard in order to get this. No, you don't. No. You have to surrender to the journey that awaits you in order to get this. Because you have mastered the art of sublime. Your type is harder to find. Again, as there's a remembrance of who you are. There's a remembrance of knowing who the fuck you are. And for some of you, that may require you to dip into your ego a little bit to bring it out of you. Yeah, I'm hearing come as you are. You are who you are. Don't get lost in the biblical message. This isn't saying to be a perfect Patty. Be who you are. Express yourself, your authenticity. I love this for y'all. True religion. So you're finding, my closeout message is that someone here is finding what is true for them. You are discovering your true religion, your true philosophy, your true purpose. You're not here to be Jesus. You're here to be you. Being you is the magic to all of it. And so this could have a bit to do with showing up for yourself as well. The more water you bring, the more wine there will be, right? Okay, I'm also channeling some gamers. Assassin's Creed, when they throw the feast and they ring that bell, there's gonna be a feast. There's gonna be a celebration up ahead.